Admiral's log, date April 13th, 1941. We seem to be suffering from a serious case of win the battles, lose the war. Even as our destroyers are performing quite well and we win almost all the fights we get into, the overall war is not going well. The blockade set by the English is suffocating our economy. We simply can't survive this level of economic strangulation for very long. Unless we are able to eliminate several of the British capital ships quickly and diminish their ability to project power, we will not be able to win the war. I have not yet shared this news with my captains as I don't want them to be distracted during the battle, but I suspect that within a year we will be forced to sue for peace, as our nation will be bankrupt. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to episode 6 of the Destroyer-only campaign, where we're going to lash out against the battleship Ramillies. We have a fleet of destroyers, we're going to rush this thing, and we're going to take it down. It won't be easy, because those battleships have some ridiculously good turning circles. Although you could argue that those turning circles are really not exactly as good or as bad as they claim, because the AI generally gets a massive bonus to their ability to dodge torpedoes. Now, previously I tried to keep this thing at bay, or rather they tried to keep me at bay. This time around I'm going to rush right in. I will take some losses. That is, in this case, the cost of doing business. But the plan is rush in, torp it, and make sure it dies. Because this battleship is going to be an important element to the power projection of the British. And if I can make sure that I'm no longer blockaded, then I can get even more destroyers. So the 73 takes the charge. I was going to take the lead in the charge. And, oh, we're already getting damage to the main tower. That's very nice. These are mostly the Fletcheresques. Sadly, no new destroyers yet. Because those would be very handy with their high-end speed. They were capable of doing 44 knots. And that level of speed, this battleship would approach very quickly. Regardless, we're starting to burn it down. Interestingly. And so far they have done a mere 7 damage. 1 4-inch hit so far. Damage to the funnels. More fires. Identification 93%. It's only a matter of time until I start losing a destroyer. There. The Ramillies. 60,000 tons. Few bulkheads. Cramped quarters. 18-inch guns. An anti-torp 4. Hold on, is this a new class? It could be a new class. Because I thought that the other battleships were bigger than this. Interesting. Anti-flood 1 only. Anti-flood 1 in combination with few bulkheads is just asking to get killed off. By torpedoes, that is. The amount of fires that this thing is taking is not that severe yet, although by far, most of the damage that I've inflicted is simply burning it down. Now, I can keep this up for a while, until it starts snowballing to the point where I don't have enough destroyers anymore, like that. That's the 73 out of this fight, and probably dead. She seems to be in control of her flooding. No, extensive fire overwhelmed her damage control parties. Sadly, she's going down directly in the path. Whoa. What are you doing? She's going down directly in the path of the other formation of the V49. This is some funky sinking over here. I like how they changed the way that ships don't immediately stop and sink. But I'm not sure if this is what they had in mind. Because this thing is drifting sideways. It makes very little sense. Now, V49, I need you to keep closing to the targets before the other destroyers here all get wiped out. So yes, the 73 is in the way, but we have no time to pick up survivors. We have to keep going. Ramillies is down to 80% structural integrity. No critical hits yet. The closer I get, the more lethal those 18-inch guns get, because they're going to get a lot more accurate. 78% structural. Give me enough time and I will burn it down, but I don't think I'll have any destroyers left beyond the point where she reaches about 50 or 45% structural. So we're just going to have to rush in. Faster, faster, faster. 18-inch or 13% chance to hit. And that's just the 4 barrels, because the bow turrets are not firing. And you got the 8s, the 4s, the 2s. The amount of accuracy these things have, though, is pretty lacking. What sort of sonar do you have? Sonar 3. It's the best you can get. 2.5 clicks out. Come alongside. 2.8 for the V59. How much damage have I inflicted with fires? Well, not as much as I'd expected, actually. I thought it would be more than that. Oh, V49 just got toasted. That is really bad news for that destroyer. And sadly, neither party here, neither the 74 formation or the 60, has any smoke screens left. You do, however, 59. You do. Ramillies is turning to port. That could be trouble, because the bow turrets now get involved in this fight, although she does not seem to be sure what to target. The bow 18 inches are turning again. Range 2.1. Range from the 74 is 1.5. She seems to be ever so slightly turning back to starboard. 1.3. Oh shit! The V59 launched her torps. That's not quite what I had in mind. But that's one of the ships that I forgot about. Crap. Okay. Torpedo hit on the Ramillies. Another torpedo hit. The ship is starting to flood. The V60 is in a somewhat okayish position to torpedo her. Rudder's out of commission. Torpedoes away from the 60. Smoke up and get ready for the next salvo. The ship is very much in a turn, and probably locked in that turn because she cannot get out of it with a broken rudder. Okay. Save. Ooh, close hit. Could have ended the V64 right there and then. Torpedoes. And she missed again. I'm going to have to bypass this target. Now, I am succeeding in swarming the target, but the problem here is I have too many destroyers in too close confined quarters. And with that, I'm making it pretty difficult for myself to get a good hit on these things. This could be a pretty spectacular thumbnail, though. Something like this, perhaps? Or from the perspective of the battleship? It's going to be difficult to get the destroyer in a good view. Judging by the amount of list that she's developing, she's not going to live through this. Structural integrity is down to 26%. The 64 just succeeded in torpedoing the target. Now it's the 16 turn. And we got the 62 still ready. Everybody detach. Turn to starboard. You're going to leave. We're going to detach you as well. 16 is acquiring the target. Flooding, 63%, 62, 61. Buoyancy's falling. Torpedo launchers on the stern of this gunship. Come on, you should be able to acquire the target now. You're in a pretty decent spot. The 60 doesn't have torps, the 64 doesn't have torps, the 62 does. And the 59 already launched her torps. Torps away from the 16. These are 22-inch torpedoes. Seemingly striking towards the bow sections. It's not really where I want it to hit. Because I would very much appreciate these torpedoes hitting towards the stern, where she's not that flooded yet. But structural integrity is going to take a big hit. 9%. 5%. Buoyancy's dropping. It's time for the 64 to come in and finish it off. If she still needs to. But I'm going to assume... Oh! No, it wasn't this. It was the 62 that had torps, not the 64. Buoyancy, 14%. Structural integrity down to 5. The ship has taken massive structural integrity damage, but most of her towers are intact. Her funnels are fine. Well, mostly. 1% buoyancy, 0.4. And we have killed the beast. We have killed the first British battleship. May it be the first of many. Now, it did not come free. I lost 2 destroyers and have taken significant damage to 2 more. Oh, sorry, I've lost 3 destroyers. But the Ramillies is an expensive ship to lose at 165 million. And with that, also, a lot of power projection is lost for the British. So hopefully, their power projection... I mean, I won't be able to overcome this anytime soon. But it means that slowly but steadily we're whittling away at the power projection. So eventually, in a couple of years' time, I'll be able to break the blockade. This is not a good fight. Where are all of my other destroyers at, my new types? They're all operating in the North Sea, so they should be fine. Let's see, this one... Yeah, these things are not cheap to repair. The V-59's taken 3 months. No, I'm sorry, it's too long. I have a budget to keep. Anybody else? 3 months? No, it's fine. The war rages on. Here we go. That's one of the new destroyers, the 85. Against the Aeolus, the Starfish, the Typhon, and a bunch of transports. Let's test out one of the new destroyers. I'm probably going to have to operate it solo. Simply because it is way faster than the rest of the group. Let's see. The 79er is one of those new ones. I still need to redo these naming conventions. And the 85. You. So you are also going to detach. And let me see. The 46. The 75 is an older class. I'm going to merge these two. I'm going to merge these two together. There we go. So we got the fasts and we got the, well, the rest of them, including 2 gunboats. Oh, the enemy's pretty close here. Formation system is a complete mess. Wow. You are very close. Let's see how well the 85 and the 79 can do against this light cruiser when they're rushing up with 44 knot speed. Uh-oh. Who dropped torps? Oh, we're murdering a transport. Oh, it's the 46 that already dropped torps. I'm not terribly happy about that. I believe there is a torpedo coming at me. I'll also enter the torpedo avoidance system. I know it's very, very wonky, but hey-ho, we're going to have to make it work. Otherwise, I will eat a torpedo. Collision avoidance is not quite working as intended. 85 is attracting a bunch of attention. This is not what I had planned for my first encounter with these new DDs. Yeah, I'm going to eat that torpedo. Fuck. That is not what I wanted for this ship. I'm going to eat potentially another one. That was a close dodge. Even so, the ship can still do 36 knots. But her ability to engage that light cruiser is severely diminished. So let's throw out some torpedoes on the 85 while she still can. Detach. Your target is over there. Go on. Rotate your torpedo tubes. And I'm hunting down transports. It's not ideal. But this thing is heavily flooded. Has an engine out of commission. And I'm going to just retreat it. Alright. Let's see what all these nut jobs are up to. Because they're all doing something else. Here's the other speedboat. Oh. You just launched again, probably against the 85. I want you to engage that. It's almost like we torpedoed against 2 different targets here. With that speedboat destroyer. There's a wide fanfire going out against the Aeolus. Flooding on the 79. It's annoying but survivable. This transport's dead. And these 3 might hit the other transport. Good. Aeolus is turning around, seemingly spooked by the torpedoes. 16,000 damage against one of the transports. Go on, 4. You are a gunboat. Let's make that work. Torpedoes coming in on the 79 from Aeolus. What? What? Oh, shit. I had no idea there were torpedoes from the destroyers around. Well, I should have seen that coming. I was so caught up with torpedoing the transports and the light cruiser that I completely forgot about the Starfish and whatever other destroyer that is. Apologies for the oversight. Aeolus, I really need you to be not interfering with my operations here. And we got the Starfish. Flash fire. Please contain that to just 1 turret. Otherwise we have bigger issues. The V4, despite losing a turret, is still a very, very dangerous foe to the Aeolus. Okay, we already struck another transport. Keep going, keep going. Flooding, yes. This transport, this light cruiser is going to be out of action very soon. Flooding badly. Torpedoes at 75 potentially. I want you to go back. A single torpedo tube. Probably a stern launcher from the Aeolus. Not a problem. She's already dead. Okay, go after the Druid. Go after the Torrid. Oh, come on. You're going to sit there at 3%? No, you're not. You're done. Right. Next target. These guys have no further torpedo attacks available. And I know that their destroyers are very fragile. So load the high explosive. There's the torpedo. Let's just murder this transport right quick. You survived. You're okay-ish. You're alright. Okay. Now previously I had this weird destroyer dance where I could not get the guns on target, but with the V4 that should not be the problem. Because the V4 has far better turret hydraulic systems than the other ones. They have a seasoned level of crew. And I have a lot of guns. So I should be more than capable of getting a hit on the Typhon and slowing her down. In the meanwhile, the other destroyers are just chewing through the transports, basically en route to the destroyers. The destroyers, which are flat out abandoning their transports. Like the British cowards that they are. Some damage on Typhon. If these guys escape, it would be a bit annoying, but it wouldn't be the end of the mission. Eleven take care of the... actually, the Victorious here. Typhon is flooding a little. Good lord. Dead. Nice work, 11. That was fast. Get the Argyle. Vigilance is down. Typhon is slightly flooded, but probably still very quick. 44.3. They're even faster than my fastest destroyers. Argyle is done. Okay, that's all of your transports eliminated. The 4 definitely will not catch the target, and this guy probably won't either. We might still be able to take out the Typhon, but that's probably it. If that. These things are just too quick. Sadly. Way too quick. Let's just turn you around. Get you fixed up. Seasoned level of crew, I'm not abandoning that. And these two, that's the 79 and that's the 85. The 85 actually took less damage than I thought. Hey, you're coming back? That's nice. Immediately gets hit, flooded again. But the damage control is very apt and immediately takes care of the flooding. Making sure that the Tryphon maintains her speed. Smoke you up. Nah, we're not catching these. Unless the British turn around. Let's just turn back. Mission is complete anyway. We got the light cruiser, we got all the transports. Job done. End the battle. There, 527 victory points. My ships will need a bit of time to repair, and I'm interested to see what that repair fee is going to look like. Because that's some of the new ships. 85, repair fee 1.7 million a month. That's far better than the 5 million a month. So yeah, this is definitely not too bad. It was suggested by several people that I change the names on these gunboats or on these destroyers so that I know what sort is what. I know that after the 75 line comes the new type of destroyer. That's the 76 through the 90. What I don't know is how to rename them. Because I can, for example, on a ship that's not in battle, I tried clicking view the ship in the dockyard. But if I click to rename, I cannot click it. I cannot rename it. The same thing goes for a ship like the V90, which is in battle. I cannot rename it. So the only thing that I might imagine is that if you build new destroyers, new ships, before they're commissioned, you might be able to name those ships. Once they're actually named and commissioned, you're stuck. We have... Oh, this is going to be good. We got the 83, the 89, and the 90. We're going to go after the Imperieuse. I think that is a stolen French ship. Especially with that level of spelling. Let's see. What do we got? I want to start reformatting this formation. 90 is going to go there. 89 is going to go there. The 83 is also going to go there. Then we get 52. So we got 22, 19. You're going to join the 19. And EU are also going to join that div. You're basically going to hunt down the transport, and we're going to hunt down the heavy cruiser. 13 clicks out. Full ahead flank. And ready the torpedoes. 90, turn, idiot. Seriously, the damage collision, or the auto collision avoidance is so bad at the moment. Absolutely terrible. And it doesn't even work. It's not like the ships don't collide anymore. They still do. On a very regular basis. Let's see, you are heading southwest-ish. So that's... Ow! That's where these speeders are going to go. And meanwhile, we're going to try and do some damage. Really. Yeah, you're going to have to keep going for a little bit. These light cruisers... Sorry, heavy cruisers are getting pretty deadly. Now, this could have been a somewhat lucky hit. I have to micromanage the V-22 or she will get hit by the torpedo. Turn now. That heavy cruiser still has a lot more torpedoes. So I think they had a couple of quintuple launchers on there. Split you up as well, because you're also about to get hit. Now you can rejoin the 19. There. Range 9.8. Damage to the secondary tower, and the ship is burning. 52. Successfully dodged the torpedo. Excellent. Join this div. Carry on. No. It's not a battle cruiser, guys. It's a heavy cruiser. Yes, it's scary. It's not a battle cruiser. I would love it if it was a battle cruiser. That would be a very nice prize to get. Sadly, it is just a heavy cruiser. Nope, you're not going to get at the 90. We're not having that. These things are not that expensive. But currently they're not that effective either at this range. Current speed, 44 knots. Ah, transport. There we go. Imperieuse. Torpedo launchers, 9-inch guns, 4-inch guns, seasoned level of crew. But cramped quarters. Because she's already starting to lose secondary accuracy, damage control ability. All of this good stuff. Or, well, for her, not so good stuff. Meanwhile, we're doing a roadkill on a transport here. Dead. Come on, 90. I need this thing fast. Are you turning? No, you're not. Sadly. More flooding on the 90. 2 damaged engines. Imperieuse is coming under a withering fire, a 5-inch shell fire. And hopefully, I'm going to hit an engine. Rudder damaged. Well, that's a start. Flooding is also nice. What's your speed? 30 knots. And steady. Seven and a half clicks out for you. 6.2 clicks for you. But we have seen that these are very capable dodgers. A 221 turning circle. And sonar 2. Giving them an excellent ability to dodge damage. Well, dodge torpedoes more like. Ow. Good lord. Are these things really so easy to hit? No, you just fire very frequently. Despite of that, we will get the kill. Because I still outnumber you. You might have the bigger guns, but I have more ships. Imperieuse is cancelling out her flooding and speeding back up. Problematic. 29 knots. But hey, we flooded you once. We can do that again. Damn it. Oh. Yeah, I forgot that you guys were pretty terrible at detecting torpedoes. Rudder damaged. I wouldn't be surprised at all if she already knows that those torpedoes are coming for her. Rudder damaged, flooding. She's turning hard to port. This is good, because she will lose speed in her turn. 26 knots only. Range 3.8. V83 is also flooding. 23.9. Torpedoes missed. 23.4. I'm gonna get you. It's just a matter of when. Secondary tower's been destroyed. That's gonna hurt your damage control ability. Whoa! Okay, I doubt that you're going to be able to get to the target safely. So let's just give him the good news now. Torpedoes away from the 83. You've done all you can here. The rest is up to the general ships. Well, not general ships. The 52 is a general, but the 19 and the 22 are gunboats. Torpedoes are looking to get fairly professionally dodged until she turns right into them. And now I have you. Because now you're flooded. You're burning all over the ship. And I wouldn't be surprised if we can fairly decently pen the stern with the gunboats. Buoyancy dropping 26, 23, 22, 20%. They're throwing out another Hail Mary torpedo. Which, with my luck, is going to hit the 22. %, buoyancy left. Switch back to high explosive. Your angle is terrible. The chance to ricochet is way too high. You're going to try coming along the other side. Ooh. That was a pretty good hit on the 19. And another. Let's drop torps. I'll try turning away. I want you to listen exactly to what I tell you to do. You're going to turn away. Imperieuse sees the torpedoes, but is most likely going to eat one, leading to the destruction of the ship because of her structural... yeah, there she goes. Structural integrity down, and buoyancy is gone. Perfect. That's another heavy cruiser, and transport dead. How is her power projection doing, the Brits? What do they have left? 58. 58, 120. That used to be 77... Oh, sorry, 70,000? 71,000? Something like that. So taking a battleship out of commission really helped. It doesn't come cheap. I am losing destroyers, and I'm having to fix up a bunch of destroyers. But I can save some money by telling the fleet from here to go back to where they originally were stationed. And for some reason, if you move your ships, the game goes, yep, you get a free turn. All of you, back to Bremen. Boom. 12 million down. It's not stellar. And I can still sort of reduce the budget, but I really don't want to save that much on my crew training. This is mostly the problem. Transport capacity. I'm not getting enough transports, and they're being sunk faster than I can build a new fleet. So we're kind of stuck here. Anyway, that'll be it for this episode. I'd say it was a successful one. Yes, I lost a few ships, but despite that, I was able to sink a battleship and another heavy cruiser, and a light cruiser as a sort of midnight snack. We're going to have to just continue wearing away their battle cruisers and battleships, breaking the blockade, and then we can start to really crank out the amount of destroyers. After a few more battles and a few more attempts at trying to salvage this campaign, I just can't do it. I have tried mothballing ships, which means taking off all the crew and putting them into the dry dock. Here they are. I have tried going with the tactic of moving ships from port to port so that they don't cost me any money. But the problem is my power projection. Even with all my destroyers, currently an active fleet of 44, I simply cannot project enough power. The AI keeps demolishing my transport capability, and I'm now down 37 million per month with a naval budget of 10 million. So that means this campaign is a bust. Some of you already predicted it. Some of you thought this cannot be done, simply because later on in the campaign you're going to fail. And you were right. I did fail. So, destroyer attempt not succeeded. And that, I think, is the first campaign that I actually failed. Anyway, for now I'm going to stop the campaigns. I know I said that before, but this time around I'm actually sticking to it. But I have a different series already in mind. They're going to be videos which are not campaign related, and you should be seeing the first come up on the channel very soon. Thank you for watching this series. Sadly, didn't succeed. Oh well, we had an interesting run. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for more Dreadnoughts.